Hello everyone, and welcome to part 6 of The Firework Maker's Daughter by Philip Pullman. When we last met, Chulak had just eaten a delicious meal at the Jungle Grill. But can you remember who the proprietor, that means the owner of the Jungle Grill, is? The answer is at the end of this video. Chulak is now waiting to meet the goddess of the lake. And then she was there. Though no one had seen her arrive, it was as if she'd come when they were looking away, and when they looked back, they saw her, though nobody had really looked away. She was floating to the shore on a raft of water lilies, a beautiful lady in a robe the colour of the moon, with silver rings and amulets and a necklace of jasmine flowers. One after another, the villagers bowed to her and asked her help. This woman for a sick child, that man for a good harvest, these lovers for a blessing on their marriage. The goddess rebuked some for asking too much, though she never refused anyone in need. When they'd all finished and the goddess was about to depart, Chulak gathered his wits and shook his head because he was a little dazzled by her beauty, and he thrust his way to the water's edge and he knelt down. "Goddess," he said, "please hear me too." But before the goddess could answer, Hans took him roughly and hauled him away. "What are you doing, stranger? Away with him, defiling the lake. Who is he? Who gave him permission? Stone him, turn him out." Chulak struggled. He could see Hamlet raising his trunk and shifting his feet, and he knew the elephant was getting angry. "No," he cried, "listen, I've got a special request. Let me just ask the goddess." The high priest looked down, frowning. His face was shadowed and stern. "How dare you come to this sacred place," he said. "The goddess of the lake is not to be disturbed by your frivolous requests. Take him away. No, she shall not hear you. Be thankful that we let you go with your life. Take him to the village boundary, and if he comes back, kill him." Over the noise of the shouts and the struggle, there came a sound like a mighty trumpet, and everyone fell still in fear. Chulak was frightened as well, though he knew what it was, for when Hamlet trumpeted, it meant that he had nearly lost his temper. But before anyone could move, the goddess herself spoke. Her voice was soft and low, like the murmur of waves on a beach at night. "What is the cause of all this commotion? Stop fighting at once. It is good of you to protect me from embarrassment, High Priest, but I should like to hear from this young man and to see his friend the elephant. Come down to the water, both of you." Chulak looked at Hamlet and saw that the great beast was embarrassed as well. Hamlet stepped through the crowd, being very careful not to tread on any toes, and he knelt down next to Chulak on the sand. The slogans daubed on him were very clear in the moonlight. The goddess read them, and she asked Hamlet to turn around and show his other side. "Eat at Rambashi's Jungle Grill. Chang loves lotus blossom." "I thought I'd wash that one off," Chulak said. "I think it's charming," said the goddess, "but you mustn't do it any more. Your friend is too wise and noble to be written on, and if he could speak, I'm sure that you'd realise that yourself." And she looked at Chulak in such a way that he knew exactly what she meant, and he felt ashamed. "However," she went on, "I can see that your request is not a frivolous one. Tell me what you seek." "We've got a friend," Chulak said eagerly, "and she wants to be a firework maker, you see, And she's done all the apprenticeship, but she wants to get some royal sulphur from Razvani the fire fiend so as to qualify properly. So she's gone off by herself to Mount Merapi. Only she didn't know about getting a flask of magic water for protection, and we don't want her to get hurt, so we've come to ask, please, as a great favour, if you could give us some, and then we'll chase after her and see if we can catch her up. The goddess nodded. Your friend has good friends, she said, but Mount Merapi is far away and the journey is dangerous. You had better set off at once and take great care. And as if she'd known what they wanted all the time, she held out a little gourd fastened with a silver clasp. Trulac took it and bowed again, and the orchestra began to play and the dancers to dance. And when people looked at the lake again, the goddess was gone, though nobody had seen her vanish. And that is all for today. Did you remember who it was? Who was the proprietor of the Jungle Grill? That's right, it was our pirate friend, Rambashi. Come back in a couple of days to see what happens next in our story. Bye-bye.